Good evening, Speed Gaming and Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Welcome to this match of the Spring Tournament 2022 for Final Fantasy Randomizer, the Kraken games. I am Hate the 13th, joined in the booth by with J-Lo doing the tracking. How you doing tonight, Saracen?
I'm just plugging along. It is my Friday. I have a nice long weekend lined up for Memorial Day weekend. How about yourself, Hate?
I'm doing all right. I still have work on the morrow, but, got that long weekend coming up myself. And, honestly, I am looking forward to this match. This is the first match for these two runners in this round of 8 match. Spellzapp and Chanigan, both of which highly rated runners who asked for a 4-forced party. This is what they got.
I'm here for it, and I love it.
They did this to themselves. I love it too.
So let's talk Blursings. Red Mage, plus 15 hit, plus defense. They could maybe actually melee. Minus 15 vitality. Whoops.
They can melee. Just don't think funny thoughts at them.
Black Mage, plus 20 strength, plus 20 MDef, minus 30 hit points. Yup. Just as survivable. So,
hit points.
Yeah, Black Mage is never going to eclipse 300. Is there the possibility this seed that we just see non-elemental damage coming out as the true champion from the Topher bosses? I think it's a real possibility.
Oh, be still my beating heart. That would be just beautiful. Yeah, I've never actually rolled a seed where both runners have forfeit, but there's always a first.
This is a real possibility. So the runners are going to be going in just about a minute with the delays that we have here. So we get to see some interesting things. But not only do they have 4 forced with nuns, giving them 2 red mages and a black mage. Hate, what else do these runners have in store for them tonight?
Well, they decided to mix it up with the waterfall. Waterfall's randomized. They decided to shuffle Astos, so who knows where the kindly old king is going to end up. And, the robot chicken, it's not free range. It's in a cage, right in front of Tia's door, waiting, watching. Yes.
So this does sound like a very exciting thing is about to start as we see the countdown on Chanigan's timer, giving us the actual go live on this. I'm looking forward to it. Both of these runners are fantastic, and I am here for this. All right.
And we off. All right, come on, junk magic. Come on, junk magic. I fail.
Dude.
Rubes, you put it out into the ether. I blame you.
And fade too. You don't get to separate those out, red mages.
What did I do?
Not enough. Not enough.
Oh, man. Well, at least softs are expensive. Grump, grump, grump. Alright, well, we're gonna see well, okay, they started with A pure, A soft, and 4 tenths, so I'm at least happy for that.
So we're going to find so much equipment that doesn't matter, and I love it. Harm 2 stick, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's... Well, Spellzapp already lost 1.
Yep. I feel like there might be a reset coming.
Probably.
Yeah.
With Squint.
Oh,
all right.
Boy.
All right, so Marsh Cave's going to be rude. I'm here. I'm loving it. Chanigan's soloing it already.
Yeah, I'm kind of impressed that the Chanigan didn't push the reset button, but at the same time, we're gonna do what we can.
Yep.
13 hit points. It's time to tent. All right, we get a cube from the king. Fantastic. That's half our sky, and a canal from the princess. So nothing we can use right now.
Yeah, it's 2/3 of the way towards the sky puzzle.
That's like half, because you still need a way to get there, like a ship.
Okay, true. Holy crap, that Harm 2 stick sold for a great mount.
Oh, nice. So now we get to see chain -1s on the red mage, and yep, we're not bothering to put any absorb onto the black mage. He still dies no matter what the hit is.
Yeah, don't think funny thoughts at him. He'll fall over.
Yep, the bones had squint, so that's going to be a real fun marsh.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to remember if they show up in Earth Cave as well. I don't recall, but I can hope.
I don't think so. There's a lot of other undead there.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, that's mostly the zombies and skeletons. That's it.
And images and specters and geists.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Zombies and ghosts, not skeletons. I can tell my basic shapes apart, I swear. Where does the circle go? The circle goes in the square hole.
Getting a little bit of money out of Matoyazin. Ice Shield +3, which is useless.
Cool. Yeah, it's more money. That's all it is it's just more money, which, I mean, given that they got 25 grand from that, actually closer to 29 grand. Well, that's a fun unrunnable pack to find. Unfortunately,
Chanigan just resets right out of the Matoya loot, so I'm in favor of that play.
Yeah, there was nothing of use in Matoya except for some cash, and that's fine. They've got money already.
Linebacker Bridgeman continues to be the linebacker Bridgeman.
Mohawk guy. Alright, we saw level 2 Ruse, which actually means that the... Huh. Alright, well, level 2 Ruse, that's good for the red mages, and level 3, hey, you want fire spells, here's your fire spells.
And Lit 3 as well.
Yeah, they've got just that little extraneous lightning in the fire store.
Did Spellzapp buy both Nuke and Fade?
He did.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did. Better safe than sorry, just in case you want to mix it up a little bit.
Getting the bottle from Bicky, which means the chests in Dwarf Cave are probably important? Yeah.
Or we've got progression in Marsh.
Yep.
With those bones.
We could have a vendor item in Elfland.
We could. We very well could as well, yeah.
Now, what we have not seen that would be very helpful, and I think both runners are probably thinking it, is we haven't seen Exit or Warp yet. And if I'm going to Marsh, I want that and charges for it.
Yeah, yeah. Though that being said, with, all of the nuke, they might take a chance on it. So it looks like Chanigan picked up a couple of houses whilst he was in Provoca. So if he does decide to dive Marsh, he can actually, drop a house outside of it, go in with full spell charges, and just try and nuke his way through everything.
I do like that. Now we get to see, do the 2 chests in Dwarves pay off? Usually, when we have loose items, these give us something. Nope, we're headed to Marsh. Yep. But that opal armor is good money.
Yeah, you got a pile of cash in armor form. It looks like the creeps had sleep, so that can be annoying. Not difficult, just straight up annoying.
Chanigan is going to head to Elfland first.
Oh, unrunnable. Wonderful.
Mage Rion, let's just say Spellzapp races in Spring Tournament and is very good at the game. And that's probably why you see mostly Spellzapp matches.
Yeah, Spellzapp is a quite fine runner. Alright, we got Ice 3, Temper, Quake, and Bane. Looks like Chanigan's picking up Lich. Food.
So, I'm curious about this selection. We've committed to 2 instant death AoEs. And not the Ice 3. Oh, we have Heal 3 available for the Reds. That could be very important.
Okay, yeah.
But that means that there is a single Temper caster.
Who is made out of tissue paper.
We get level 1 life. Or level 4 life in slot 1, rather. That's very good.
And there's warp. All right.
Quad X. Now, getting charges for that's a little bit of a trick, because Red Mages is what, level 10 and Black Mage level 7, I think?
Something like charges? That. Yeah, I believe you're right. I'm really bad with remembering those numbers, I am not gonna lie. So, yeah. Level 8, according to Crabcakes. Thank you.
Thank you. There are times, despite the fact that I've played this game for, a year and a half in the randomizer, I'm just so small brain about some of these things.
Yeah, I don't tend to remember a lot of the minutiae like that, which is probably why I got bounced out of the spring tournament before brackets even happened.
These things happen.
Yeah.
Alright, so unrunnable zombies and ghouls. That would be a terrifying pack in vanilla.
Yes. Unfortunately for this, it's just an annoying pack, because, you can't run from it, but, nuke.
Some gargoyles. Chanigan skipping the linked chest.
Yep, skipping Marsh 6, I believe that one is, and getting bat blocked. Those bats. Well, there's that defense sword.
Yeah, I would be slapping that on one of the... Yes.
Mm-hmm. Confused sword +4. That's a potential way to, help deal with carry. Oh, I saw hold come out from one of them. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough because nuke,
Yep. This is very, very vanilla right here.
Yeah, I know. Well, down goes one. They hit hard. Yeah, they go smack.
Wizards doing wizard things. That is to say, they're wizards of bashing, and we get our ship.
All right, well. Ship with absolutely nothing else they can do with it. Except go to Crescent Lake.
Yeah, so they're going to get something in Crescent. Did our runners check our vendor in Elfland? They must have.
Yeah, Elfland didn't have it.
Okay.
Wow.
How is it that the Black Mage lived through that?
I don't know. Luck? That's about the only thing I could think of for it, because, yeah, that Black Mage had no right living through a smack. Oxyheal and Crescent. Oh, that would be...
To go hunt for loose? Ew.
That would be wonderful. That would be terrible and wonderful. It'd be awful in the true word, or the true definition of the word, where it's just something that's full of awe.
You'd hear Hate's childlike wonder coming out at that thought.
Yes. Alright, Chanigan making it out after a single dive.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I know.
Spellzapp, not far behind, really. I mean,
yeah.
We're past the wizards. That's the hard part.
Yeah, and there have been a dearth of bones, unfortunately, much to my chagrin.
Crabcake's pointing out, Chime wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, 100% agree there. When you've got 3 nuke casters, you can just take a couple houses up there.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Just throw microwaves at all your problems. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
It looks like Chanigan gonna go pick up some warp that he couldn't afford the first time.
It's funny because I know that Chanigan had the opal armor, but I think he sold it after checking the magic shop, and then didn't go back up.
I believe you are correct.
I mean, it didn't really matter at that point. you know, it's
Yeah.
not like he had the charges at the time.
Very much true. I'm hoping I'm kind of hoping we see the crown or the rod. Maybe the ruby from the old men. Just something to keep people running back and forth.
Alright, Chanigan at Crescent Lake. Gonna see what the old men have for us.
Seems like kind of a kind encounter table as well. Well,
We get a 30k TNT.
okay.
Perhaps we stay here a while.
Alright, we got level 6 Saber. Gonna have to promote on those red mages if they want to learn that.
And a ruby.
Ruby! Yes!
Hey! Everything is indeterminate. We love it. CC, yes, Chanigan did sell the opal armor and used that to fund the level 4 magic.
Oh, classic gamer. I hope that's right. Ruby to Oxyel to Loose Canoe and C with the rod and Ordeals.
That would be kind of funny.
Yeah. This is the only person I know who'd be big brain enough to check for Loose Canoe and C is, well, CC, at least based off of past performance. I am still impressed that she made that play in that match.
It was a very good play.
Yeah.
Alright, Chanigan thought about grinding here, and then maybe? Yeah, we're headed out. We're going to turn in this ruby, and we're going to figure things out after that. I understand.
This continent sucks. Let's go somewhere else.
Spellzapp is only like 3,500 shy, so that's a much better position to be in, and had not yet sold the opal.
Wow. Oh, can buy gold rings or gold Cheerios there too. Alright, well, Zap's got the vendor item, got that TNT.
It's going to be just a little bit more efficiency on Zap's side, which is nice.
Alright, we had level 6 slot 2 in Viz 2. Well, hope you find that ruse stick somewhere. All
One
right.
person gets a ruby, one person gives a ruby. Here we are.
Yep. And Chanigan popping out, saving. I like this play. If you get something you like, you can warp out. If you get something you don't like, you reset out. You save yourself that couple of seconds.
Bought X-Ax, that's pretty nice.
Yep.
And 7k gold, also nice.
Yeah.
Helps the vendor item purchase.
All right, Sarda, what you got? Unfortunately, I know it's not going to be explosives, but, you know. Yes!
Hey! Classic gamer showing the true big brain here.
All right,
we
level
see
5.
Brock and Lick too.
Yeah. And we're going to see what that TNT turns into soon, TM.
Chanigan gonna check tiles?
Looking
Or
for
check
cash.
chests. Check chests. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he might check tiles as well, because, you know, tiles are also a viable form of cash.
It's true.
Grey Worm, meh.
Not that tile.
Yeah, nope. Oh, this tile's out. I'm gone.
Okay. So we're gonna not see a whole lot until Spellzapp gets over to that TNT turn in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unless we see Chanigan go for the big play.
Yeah.
Go see.
Let me see. You know, he's got Bane, doesn't have Brack.
That is the direction of I'm going back to Crescent to buy that TNT.
Yep. And like, fine, I'll kill these things along the way because they're just in the way and I need money anyways. Grump, grump, grump.
Please give dollars.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Looks like we have a Brack purchase from Spellzapp. So he's got a way to deal with to deal with Kraken if he wants to make that dangerous, suicidal,
Ambitious?
weird. Ambitious. Yes, let's put it like that. Ah. Poor Ro8 dwarf, left alive and suffering. All right, TNT turns into herb.
Okay.
Let's just keep going on that fetch quest, shall we?
Yep.
Bye, Quad XX.
Farewell, Quad Axe. MG Weirdo, I am talking to this commentator, and I agree with him.
The Hooray Dwarf, my headcanon is that he has been cursed to be able to say only hooray until the moment before his death. Hey,
here's our Astos.
All right. There goes Astos.
Level at 12 on the red mages for a crystal. Okay. I like it. It's got moxie.
Just gotta keep going. I don't know. I'm hoping for Saberbonk or Ruse Stick out of this.
That would be hilarious. But it doesn't result in route divergence at that point, which is the sad.
That is true. That is very true.
I would love something that gives them a reason to split where they're going. And that basically means give us a canoe.
Yeah. Canoe or chime.
There's a canoe, okay.
Alright then. You got Ordeals, and you have Volcano you can check for loose. Also
And
have
you
Ice
still have
Cave.
ice. Yep.
Yeah,
You
but,
have
you know...
Waterfall and Ordeals, also on the table.
Who wants to go to Ice Cave, though? So, yeah.
I'm huge on Ordeals into the Onrak continent.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well, especially for Spellzapp, given that he does actually have Brack.
You know what? I'm going to throw this out there. I had a 4 Brack, 4 Bane fail on a Kraken 1 fight the other night.
Ooh.
That doesn't instill me with the same confidence as I'm going to throw out endless nukes.
That's true, but, you know, it's also a chance of like, okay, if I get this, great. If not, well, I'm screwed. And honestly, you're going against Kraken with a bunch of mages, you don't have evasion, you're probably going to be screwed.
So, Jesus the Frog, the idea there is theoretically fine if you had somebody who could live through a hit. Because if the Brack doesn't land, which like 75% of the time it won't, the nukes are not going to provide enough damage from then on. So that's really the problem. If you have all 3 throwing nukes, even if you get turn ordered, you'll probably take down a Kraken in these scalings.
Yeah. Because Kraken would be, let me see, it's 300, 700, something like 1,000 hit points max. Like, if you get some good high rolls on those nukes, you can reach that, you know, easily enough.
Yeah.
Chanigan forgetting that he just got the canoe and walking around the rivers.
You know, the game is hard, alright?
Muscle memory is a thing. I can understand that. That's why I tend to bonk into the rivers.
So Spellzapp working through Ordeals.
Pulling up to level 14. Hey, nice already. Wow, this maze is kind of sucky.
Yup. Sure is.
He's like, did I check one? I checked one. Crap.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's running low on warp charges.
We'll see how this goes.
All right, and Chanigan is going for the ice play.
I love the divergence here, in part because then we're not just waiting on one person to finish what the other person's done.
Yeah.
At least for a little bit. All right, Pillar 2 is not it.
Pillar 3
looks good. It looks good.
All right, 50-50. All right.
Hey, we're through. All right. Some delicious experience handed over to Spellzapp there. Terrifying wizards that are unrunnable on Chanigan's side.
Yeah, who wants a microwave snake? And apparently microwave squid. All right, Chanigan pulling up level 12 and 11, it looks like. Hey, Invis shirt. Nice.
Hey, it's the unrunnable, less threatening pack. Cool. They changed robes and they became less threatening, and they're still unrunnable. I like it.
Yeah. It seems like they may have gotten a little more hit points, or Zap just had really bad rolls on that first nuke. Wow.
It's fine.
2 gold out of that chest. That's kind of a slap in the face chest.
Yep.
Wow. Of course, one of them rolls 73 damage. The rest of them, oh, that's plenty enough to kill him. All right, Saber Bonk out of Ice.
Okay, that is sadness.
Oh, hi, Nuke Wraiths.
I like the part where Chanigan just decides to leave.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? Nah.
That is good information, though. That's going to be a scary, scary Earth. We get a tail out of Ordeals. Is this even randomized?
I know, right?
So now we're thinking waterfall and loose in sea or volcano.
Yep. Now, we could get the chime from the robot, or the floater from the robot, because we do have the bottle to turn in already as well. I'm hoping for a floater in sky, though.
CC calling for loose in waterfall, which is possible, and
yeah,
hilarious when it happens.
Yeah. It's more often than not, I've seen people not remember to check those chests. Alright, Chanigan going to... Oh, hey, look! Undead pack with wraiths in them on that spike tile.
Hey. So there is a call out of a temper sword, and yes, the temper sword does allow you to cast on other people. The saber items will only allow you to cast on yourself. The temper items, it's just like casting it from the magic menu. It's just out of the items instead.
Mm-hmm. Boy, giants and iguanas, that's not so great XP.
It's fine.
It's just annoying.
Hey, look, it's Proc Gen Waterfall.
Yep.
Where we go up and left until we can't go up and left anymore.
And hey, I didn't roll one that's like, oh, look, here's the stairs, here's the room.
It's an eye tile.
I feel better about that. I don't feel so great about that eye tile, though.
With a loose chime at the spike tile. And a Bane stick.
Oh my.
I'm respecting this play all of a sudden. This is good. I love that eye tile because I know where it is without an encounter step.
Yes. Yeah, you go down to the Agama floor, it is in the first room, and there you go, Bob's your uncle on that. Alright.
Money, bad flame sword, cabin, money, rod. Respectable. And a Cure 2 hat. That's actually really good for the Black Mage to have his hands on.
Yeah, hey, look, congratulations. You can do something useful out of if you're out of fast casts. Until you die, inevitably. And Spellzapp's like, I am not even gonna bother with this Sea Shrine right now.
I can understand and respect that. Because you've got a rod, which is a guaranteed incentive location check there. Because Earth Cave is incentivized. You don't know about the nuke wraiths yet.
Yeah.
Hey, look, dragon armor +3. How useful.
That's going to be a big chunk of change. All right, and Chanigan actually continuing the volcano dive to check and see for the second loose.
I like it.
Yeah.
You've got nuke charges to deal with carry.
Yep.
Like,
you got heal 3 charges to deal with the damage there, too.
Hey, look, it's another eye.
Poke. For a mediocre ice sword.
I wouldn't even call that mediocre. That's it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay, true.
There's a professional cape to put on, so we have a professional cape.
Alright, Spellzapp coming up on level 18 for some of his party members already. That's getting some pretty good levels just on the walk and grind.
We could see... we could theoretically see Spellzapp get through without catching those wraiths. That would be just a little bit sad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Agma is wizards.
Wraiths are not in Earth? Wow. I was not aware of that. I guess you get images and...
Ghosts? Not ghosts, but the shadows. Shadows,
maybe. Yeah. Today I learned.
All the undead packs look the same to me. Yeah.
It's true.
More wizards and Chanigan going, I'm tired of running from these things. I am just going to destroy them. And
the fire has just moved to a different tile.
Yeah, he moved downstairs, went to a warmer location. Alright, and Chanigan pulling on up to carry. How many microwaves will it take?
You know, that's a really good question because it carries rather extremely high MDEF.
Can be a few, yeah.
You can roll in that 100 to 200 range repeatedly on your nukes, and it feels bad every time.
Alright, well, 330 on that first one. 168. And 342, enough to drop her on round 1. Alright.
And full turn order, too.
Yeah. Alright, so 2942-ish, we get the first orb from Chanigan. Carrie doesn't like radioactivity too much, it seems. And Chanigan getting back in the boat, probably going to head toward Ordeals and get that tail.
I think heading to Sky because we have Chime and Cube.
Oh, that would work. That makes sense too. I am not braining.
It could be many options, and it is Sky.
All right.
Spellzapp headed to Lich's bedroom to chase down that incentive.
And Chanigan checking to see what's in the encounter zones here. All right, we got red steak and ankylos and nothing of note.
And a slab out of our Earth Cave.
All right.
So that's great.
All the fetch quests. All right. More red steak. How tough is this red steak?
About 300 tough.
Yeah, not very tough. Alright, our ankylos. The ankylo nobody wants to see.
They ranked up.
Yep. Steak and wings.
This is a very boring first encounter in every desert tile sort of situation, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, and we're going to see a carpet get tossed into a microwave here. 288, and this will probably kill it. Yep.
Yep,
Wow.
all 4 of the desert tiles open with steak and wings.
Alright.
Fantastic.
You want something different? You're going to have to check the other tile, or the other encounter zones.
There is the elusive fifth.
Mm-hmm. Now, at least down in the southwest, you get, a steak followed by a steak. Chanigan, where are you going? No, Sky is on this continent. Go back up to Sky. Chanigan, go to Sky.
I think this is a play towards Ordeals now. I was just going to check the tiles, see if there was something good to level up on.
Yep.
I'm actually a little sad.
You and I both.
I think what's really sad about that is Chanigan knows where the eye is.
That being said, there is also the, caged Warmack waiting, so might not want to go to Sky quite yet.
I could see the case for going into Sky long enough to get the incentive item and then leaving. Even though that sucks.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Alright, Spellzapp pulling up to Ice Cave. Probably going to find that Saberbonk, be very disappointed.
The other thing for that eye grind that's worth noting is, as I recall, Chanigan still has that Confused Sword +4, which is the defense. It is equipped on one of the red mages. That's probably enough to grind up one of the red mages to acceptable levels.
Yeah. Wow, Chanigan just zipping right through that Ordeals maze.
Yeah. When you keep the pillar maze, adequately in mind, then, it's pretty quick. It's just, I think Spellzapp got lost just a little bit on a couple of the pillars, and that extends it pretty quickly.
Yep. Yeah, I as you're one of the people who've heard me playing when I'm going through it, and I'm always like, okay, top, bottom, one, near, and just always like I'm repeating it constantly while I'm going through it because otherwise I will forget it.
I'm the same way. There is that Temper Sword that Chad had mentioned earlier, which is fantastic to see.
Yep. And that looks like it is the reskinned Bane Sword. Alright, Saberbonk and... Alright, let's see what's down here. Wrong eye, wrong eye!
Oh, good. We were just going to check the safe tile, and we have enough warps to get out. I love it.
Yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop.
That's Chanigan's party, sir. Chanigan has confirmed in the past that that is a Futurama reference with the party names.
All right, that warms my heart in not in the it warms the cold heart or cold hard dark depths of my heart, but that warms my heart just because I love Futurama.
A good show.
Yep.
Chanigan, why are we going up here?
Provisions. That's the only thing I could think of.
We've already got a shop item though.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm thinking heal potions and such. Or forgetting that he has the shop item already.
Yeah, it's really easy to forget when you have it already. I understand that.
Yeah. Alright, Chanigan gonna go grab that rod. Wonder if he's gonna make the C play. He's got one of the loose. And if I recall,
skip the hairpins, right?
Correct. That's what I was just gonna point out. Yeah. And now Spellzapp goes, wait, this is the correct eye. Alright, I'll take this. For those of you who are unaware, the reason we call the Phantom the wrong eye is because that is the trolliest troll of a spike encounter, a trap tile that the devs put in the game. It is the last spike tile you run into in Topher in the loot locked room. And in vanilla, it gives you 1 gold, 1 XP. And it is vicious.
Wraiths.
Oh.
Don't worry, there's at least one more of that.
Excellent. All right, Chanigan. He's Spellzapp going. Wait, out of warp charges on this one.
These things happen.
Yeah. But Chanigan has got his rod and is flying on out of here to go to unrunnable encounter of fish.
So you know what I would really like, and maybe this is just one of those things that we'll have to edit a ROM to have at some point. But I would really love if the eyes and Phantom had monocles.
That would be awesome looking. Oh man, yeah. Put that in as a fun % thing. Fancy eyes. Could even give the odd eyes and the big eyes a little bit of give them glasses, or just put a monocle on one of them as well.
So Vorpal -1.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Sap getting the nuke off before he gets nuked.
For giant money chest.
Yep. Alright, Chanigan making his earth dive now. Gonna dig out that slab and be continually grumpy about that, or continue to be grumpy about that, because there is nothing else here.
So, Spellzapp leaving. I don't know how I feel about that. You were right there and you had the resources. You still had a house.
I'm mildly confused about this.
I get it. Like, it's not really a great dungeon, but yeah. I mean, if he picks up the floater here, that's enough. And
yeah. You see, because at this point we've got could be adamant to key with the floater and a key lock.
Rub bonk. There's a ribbon.
And a vendor katana.
It rolled neutral because there are no thieves.
Yep.
To my knowledge, we only have the chime as our loose so far.
Yeah. I think I saw something blue on the left side of my screen, but I don't know. I think I was hallucinating.
You cannot open the rod plate with the chime, Chanigan.
No matter how hard you try.
You can't stop us now.
Hey, runnable wizards. Still going to just absolutely nuke them, because we don't like these wizards.
We're skipping greater than less than. I respect that. Even though it's chest dense, it's not super useful here unless it shows up as a ribbon.
Yeah, which, I've already got one ribbon. That's honestly one more than I expected them to find. Oh, no, never mind, I forgot. Wall was at level 6, so yeah, okay, I can see why they hunted down the ribbon then. Or why Spellzapp hunted down a ribbon at least.
Yeah.
Alright, there is that slab for Chanigan. And let's see what is in Sky. After he pokes out this eye.
It would be really funny if it was not the floater.
Mm-hmm. Yes!
I mean, I was hoping for something with a little bit more finality to it than that, but,
Well, I mean, that is true. I am still hoping that adamant turns into a key, though. Or turns into a loot.
The loot would be the better one of those, yes.
Mm-hmm. Spellzapp looks like he might actually be heading up to the top, too. Because he is conserving nukes.
Mm-hmm. JLo, as much as I love the TFC memes,
Oh!
if we're going into TFC with the key in hand because we have not done Sea Shrine yet, then it's just that much less fun.
So the eyes have toxic. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I mean, not so much of a good grind tile then.
Yeah, and it's Chanigan's turn to throw that carpet in the microwave.
That seems like a weird way to clean a carpet.
You're not trying to clean it, you're just trying to kill everything on it. Yep, and there is the second orb for Chanigan.
So Beast Streaming, I would say you can certainly conserve Nuke against the eye by using Quad X instead.
Yep. Alright, Chanigan, where are you going to? Looks like Chanigan is heading to C. Or not.
Nope, we're about face.
Yeah. Wait a minute, C sucks. Let's go to Sky instead.
There's nothing incorrect about that statement.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, given my druthers, it's like, okay, I can go to C or I can go to Sky. I'm going to Sky. I don't care if there's a War Mech waiting for me. I'm going to Sky. Wondering if, nope, Chanigan's gonna find that ribbon too.
This floor is just so easy to check. And
yeah,
like if you
really
get encounters, who cares? It's like free experience. We're gonna house up outside anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, just as one small thing, like within the party order, I do like Chanigan's party order a little bit better than Spellzapp's, because I hate dropping heal potions on that third slot.
Yup. I'm with you.
Whole bunch of nukes.
That moment when you drop a dragon armor for a ribbon, I love it.
War Mech playing light tonight.
That's, you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
24 and 25 across the board is a good place to be.
Yeah. Still 230 max HP on that Black Mage.
Yep. That's a thing, all right.
Alright, Spellzapp going for the Temper and Ruse on Danny. Kind of surprised he's not going for some of that Brack. Alright, swing, 3 hits, 251. Yeah, some more Temper wouldn't be a bad idea. Or nukes. Nukes are fine.
Once you've got enough Tempers in, it'll be fine.
Carry go hit.
Yeah, Tia gonna hit, you mean?
Yeah, dragon thing.
Alright. I like the possibility that he's not going to res that red mage right now.
Yeah?
That he's going to purposefully funnel experience to the other two. I really like that.
Would make sense to me. Alright, and Spellzapp's turn to check the desert tiles. Not trap tiles, not spike tiles, desert tiles. And going, alright, well, steak and wings, and that's it, I'm out.
So here's the part where I ask an awkward routing question. You've gotten your adamant at Sky. Is it faster to sail back to the inner sea roughly and check that by like going around Melmond in some fashion? Or is it faster to stop at the Matoya dock and walk?
My thoughts would be Matoya dock and walk just would feel faster to me, because sailing 3/4 of the way around the world, basically, just to, do that dock versus sailing directly south and then just a bit of a walk. I'm but that's just my own, my own kind of gut feeling on it. Like, if it was slow boat, I would definitely go down to Matoya and, walk. Speedboat is the biggest thing that gives me the,
Oh! That is a very, very well-made key right there.
Yep. Nothing will break that key.
Oh.
When the runners...
+3, that's actually a nice endgame weapon.
Yeah. When/if the runners watch this back, I regret nothing.
Okay. So...
I'm not a good person. Yeah. Anyhow, as you were saying, sorry for the interruption.
It's all good. Alright, so Spellzapp has some key locks to check, and I think that should be the priority here. And that is, in fact, what Spellzapp is doing. So, we have 4 chests in Elf, we have 6 chests in Canaria, we have 3 chests here.
And the 3 chests in Toph locked as well.
Yeah. So I know that normally Marsh locked is a separate incentive pool, but does the no incentive in incentivized dungeons or no loose in incentivized dungeons not pull that in?
No, because Marsh locked is still technically part of Marsh, it will not be in those. So,
Okay.
let's thank heavens for small... Ooh! Okay, Amasa -2.
Respectable.
And a heal 2-stick. It's a -2, but still a Masa.
Chanigan, meanwhile, I believe is up to the Bridge of Destiny.
He is indeed.
And waiting to heal until right in front of Warmech. That's a little spooky.
Yeah, bold move, Cotton. Oh. Well, there's another ribbon at least.
That's good. But that does sort of move us in the direction of heading to Sieve to hunt down more loose.
Yeah. Oh! Warmech has nuclear that we didn't see.
Neat.
And Soup has been liquefied again.
Well, that's one of those out of the pool. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Spellzapp gonna head over and finish off Volcano?
It looks like it. Alright, and Chanigan is through. Once again, now at the 2-man party. And heading on up to deal with Carrie. Tiamat.
Yeah.
Ah! I do not know why I always get those names confused.
Welcome Raiders from Speed Gaming 2. You are watching Game 1 of Spellzapp vs. Chanigan in the round of 8. And this is a fantastic one. They chose a 4 forced with nuns, and they got 2 red mages and a black mage, and no hit points among them because of a vitality malice and a minus hit point malice.
Alright, and it looks like Chanigan is going for some temper strats and going for Bane. Nope. Carrie does not think that rag smells like chloroform.
He does not think...
I will get that name right one point.
Maybe by Topher.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not. I do not know why I think Carrie. More Banes. More failed Bane. Alright, more Tempers. And more Invis 2s. And yes, Cheesinator, I still get the Fiend names backwards. At least I don't call him my dog's name. Yeah.
Well, that's just because you haven't renamed your dog yet.
Yeah. Alright, more Temper Sword going on. And there goes Toot. Toot goes splat. Classic gamer, I have to give you a golf clap for that one. Maybe I just don't carry for Tiamat. Alright, well, it looks like Whoop is online and smacking hard now.
Yeah, And it is enough. Okay.
Yeah. Oops, like, yeah, I got this. Steps back, cracks her knuckles, swings sword hard. House, Chanigan, house. Thank you, Chanigan. Alright, Spellzapp finding out that Volcano is, well, aside from that chime, it's a womp. Chanigan doing the long sail as well.
Yeah, this is the expected retreading.
Yeah. Oh man, if only there were a dock up on that side or a river. Too bad there isn't.
What I have advocated for in the past is that there be alternate canal locations.
Mm-hmm. That I could see as being nice.
But yeah, how funny would it be if instead of the canal opening up the area south of Dwarves, if it opened up the Dwarf dock to the north?
That would be interesting. And Jenny gonna head on down here and get the whole lot of nothing out of here. Except for that coral sword. I forgot about that thing.
Sharknado floor, bottom right. You mean the dang room?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's with Bubbles, and that she gets in the way because she needs to be carbonated.
She does, and I think that Chanigan is more in line with that, like in terms of agreeing with us on that front.
Yeah. Though generally, only if she gets in the way. All right, Chanigan going, this is all garbage. I do not care for this.
All right, so Spellzapp does get through, but it was looking a little tense there for a while.
Wow.
Carrie got to act and took out 2.
Oh boy. All right, Chanigan about to go get that Masa. And is Spellzapp going back in for an eye grind? Or... So? This is not the eyes. Ah.
The knowledge has come. The knowledge of the wraiths has come.
Yeah, wrong tile, man. Wrong tile. Alright, yep, looks like Spellzapp is going for that eye grind with the ribboned up Reb Mage.
And the Trance Argoyles, oh baby!
Alright, and there's Chanigan getting that second ribbon. Alright, yeah, they do go down pretty quickly.
Yeah, this is going to be really good advantage come Topher for Spellzapp if this grind goes well.
Yeah. As long as that Black Mage or Red Mage crests 400 hit points, he'll be good.
And the Red Mage will.
Yeah, eventually.
Someday.
We might see the Red Mage go up to, Black Belt levels, but, it'll still eventually happen. Alright, Chanigan is... It looks like heading down towards C.
Makes sense. It's the only place to go.
Yep. Now, are you thinking Kraken side first or Mermaid side first?
It's absolutely going to be Kraken side first. Chanigan was in spring tournament last year. It was the same sort of deal then as we're looking at right now, where it's We had random incentive in Sea Shrine last year. This is a loose in Sea Shrine this year, and
Yeah.
there's like 2 small route divergence possibilities that I would expect. One is you go check the left box on the first floor right away. The other is you check both boxes on the first floor right away, the split. And then, yep, and here we see, here's a split check 1, and dive over to the left to get the other split check, and then we're going to go Kraken side.
Which this makes sense from a progression standpoint. Whilst Mermaid's side is a bit more chest dense, this is the side that actually matters.
Yep. And how bad would it feel if it was, in fact, on Sharknado that you get your... Well, it could be Crown, but, you know, where you get your...
Goodness. Yeah. I'm trying to...
Wizsahag, please do not live through nukes.
Alright, so we have got the slab that still needs to be done, we've got the crown, the loot, and the floater. So at this point, we've got the bottle as well. So we're going to find the floater in C. The slab is going to turn into the crown, which will turn into the ruse stick, and the bottle will be the loot. Or the slab and loot will be reversed.
We could find the crown in C to turn into the floater.
Alright, that's also true. Chanigan finding a pro ring and going, I need to clear my inventory out.
I like it.
Oh, and Will Bloodworth also bringing up the point that I mentioned earlier, but I then forgot. Toph locked.
Yeah, neither runner has checked that yet.
Yep.
Spellzapp really committing to existing strategies here, and not going to keep the Quad X sword.
That's fine. Alright, well, here goes Spellzapp to check Toph locked. Alright, the water room has nothing in it.
First box of Toph lock is a pure.
Yep. Toph, bottom right. Total trash. Oh, hi, Bones. More unrunnable packs for Chanigan.
Mm-hmm.
Though at least this time both Wizzahags went down to the nuke.
Yep. Money and short sword. Okay.
Alright, so big pile of nothing. Alright, money, blue D.
Spellzapp opting not to keep that experience from the zombie Ds.
It was only a total of 3 zombie Ds. I don't hate the play of resetting out.
You have warp charges, though.
Okay, true. Rune sword.
Alright, 4 chests, and then we have to do mermaids.
Yep. Cash. Not good hammer. Jotunheim pack. Cash,
okay.
Mermaids. But we going to see a Kraken here real soon.
Blizzard on the Ochos.
Yeah. It's an annoyance at this point. If they'd run into that earlier, it would have been more damaging. But yeah, at this point, meh. Stupid lobsters. It's always the stupid lobsters. Like, trying to get to Kraken without running into lobsters, man. Ugh.
Alright. Here we go. It's a Kraken fight time.
Congratulations, you're the ablative meat shield now. Go on up front. Alright, looks like just going for some nukes.
That's concerning. Losing
Yep.
your Black Mage to that much damage right away. But there was a near max roll nuke there, so that's good.
Yep. Followed by a near mineral. Okay, you got 1 left. Survey says not enough. Kraken go punch!
I think that means we check Mermaid's side and get our levels on the way.
Yep.
Kaboom.
Yeah, even with those extra levels that Spellzapp's got, if he doesn't get evasion stacks up, he gon' die.
Alright, we're checking TFC floor first. Going to TFC North.
From a just knock it all out in one swoop, it makes sense. Still hate going to this chest.
Womp.
Womp womp. Alright. TFC proper, maybe after you deal with this stuff.
Yeah, you take these guys.
Mm-hmm. Wow, the big guy actually had more hit points than the Gershark, or at least survived longer than the Gershark.
These things happen.
Yeah, sometimes. TFC says,
Money.
pile of cash. We heard you like encounters, so have some more of them.
Yep. We'd like to delay the gratification of finding out where this this next incentive item is.
Yep. Alright, TFC floor is almost a womp. We'll know momentarily, though.
If we can get there. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, TFC floor's a womp. Another pro ring.
Hey.
There's the floater. Alright. Now,
He's gonna leave.
yeah, no, I don't blame him on this one. This is, this is an actual race. Your opponent hasn't finished yet. Not going for the meme strats, I can totally understand. It makes me sad, but I can understand it.
So he walks to the inn instead of one more warp and a house.
I hate that inn. It's the worst inn in town.
I think it's more steps to walk to the inn and back than it would have been to warp house and walk back in. But whatever, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Ganon's Gone Wild. The loot has not yet been found, but we do have both loose found. We had a loose crown in Volcano Armory, and the loose floater in the first room on Mermaid's floor.
That was a loose chime, sir. The crown is still outstanding.
Words are hard. Chime, crown, they both start with C.
Yeesh.
Oof. Chanigan getting bodied by some lobsters again. Stupid sea bugs. Alright, Nuke, and Ruse. Well, Nuke and a Ruse, then.
Yeah, that's definitely the play to make here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're gonna have 2 Ruse stacks up before the next attack comes. That's good.
Alright.
Is this the part where the heel turn happens and we actually see, like, real things come out of Kraken? Nope. Okay.
Nah.
We do get a crit for 152. That's a little spooky.
Yeah. Oh, swing. 2 hits, 131. Oh my. Oh, that's better. 5 hits, 647. Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
Alright. Down goes that Kraken, and that puts Spellzapp in. I've got to find the floater. This is spoopy.
First turn cure 3 is truly the right answer there.
Oh my goodness. That thing had more than 450 hit points.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened.
Yeah. That was, oh my. Alright, Chanigan. Moving Soup on down.
Taking a moment to breathe.
Yeah, Ruse, and Viz 2.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, the Toot actually survived a smack this time.
The Black Mage who lived.
I know, right? Alright, so those red mages are going to be evade capped after this so yeah, now it's nuke time.
This is looking a lot better.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing what happens when you don't have people just get absolutely torn apart each round. Kraken's probably not going to be long. There we goes.
And Spellzapp, I think, just went straight into the mermaid's floor, other than that one check. So saved quite a bit of time walking through the floor here.
Yeah, it looks like he decided to go for the more chest-dense floor, which it makes sense.
Yep.
It sucks to have to go back if it's not there, but that's a big fat, thing that doesn't matter anyways.
So runners are hand in hand, effectively in no mode, because they know that their floater turns into their loot. They don't have to go searching for more loose. That's wonderful. Spellzapp, I think, has a little bit of an edge for the levels.
He does, because Danny has a decent amount more levels.
And Zap will be the first in the air.
Yeah,
Now,
108.
46.
Oh, man.
It's a rough feeling right there.
Mm-hmm. Heading on over to promote, because, hey, at least you can learn the better spells that way. Chanigan is... Chanigan, where the devil are you going?
To translate a slab.
Oh, yes. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. For some reason, I thought he'd already translated it. Alright, Spellzapp. He's an adult! Let's just toss out all this crappy armor now, thanks. Chanigan not bothering to promote, just going on over to turn in the bottle and check out what the slab turns into.
And in... Oh, nope. We're stopping to get level 6 magic.
Hmm. Oh, and those gold Cheerios.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
And CC Chanigan has translated. I am not sure if Spellzapp translated or not. And Chanigan...
You are correct, yeah.
Yep. Alright, Fairy says, here's your crown. Oh, picking up Cure 4 on those red mages.
That's... And Invis too. Okay, that's big.
Yeah, and wall.
Okay. I respect that.
Better to have the porter ribbon for the person who doesn't have a ribbon.
Alright, now Spellzapp is headed to translate right now.
Okay. I'm going to try and get a glance at the runner's levels here. And I blinked when Spellzapp brought it up, so I missed his levels. Alright, Whoop is level 28, Soup is 24, and the other one, Toot, is 27. And yes, this is the first of a best of 3 race, to answer questions in chat. Alright, Roostic. I am honestly surprised he did not reset out of it.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh hey, there's Fast. Level 8, Gaia.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I am not sure if Chanigan is going to pick that up. I am, at this point, relatively certain he's probably not, because he is going to go get that crown, going to go get the loot, and just keep moving.
Yep. The other trick to keep in mind here is level 8 slots start at what, like 25 on the Black Mage? Something like that? So,
yeah. Yep, and... Oh, my crown, this thing doesn't fit me anymore. Here, take this instead. Thank you. I love it.
Nobility. Handing over a musical instrument.
Uh-huh. Alright, and we have Chanigan jumping into Toph at... I'm going to say probably 122 or 112.44. Alright, 112.44. Going in off the hard reset, it looks like, and Chanigan ran into some Frosties first. That's not bad. Zap stopping to hit the inn there rather than drop a house here. It's
I think how. Oh, he only has one house. I don't know if he remembered he had it.
Okay. Oh, hi, Agama. Bye, Agama. Jotunheim. A little bit of a different encounter table, it seems, or different places in the encounter table.
Chanigan, one floor away from the Lich floor. That's nice and fast.
Purple worm showing up for you. Take a couple of swings and run. Yeah, you get away from it. That's fine. Spellzapp actually using some nukes on his way down.
Zap is so many more levels than Chanigan. It's kind of impressive, honestly.
I did not notice his overall party levels. I know he's got, the one character who's got a good amount of levels, but I don't know about the others.
I saw 27 and 29, I think.
Okay.
He's got a couple levels on Chanigan's entire party, like across the board.
All right, nuke, swing. Ooh, 4 hits, 218, not a whole lot. Lich hits back for 78. Just Lich reaches him, goes tickle, tickle, tickle.
Spellzapp gonna take these worms.
Tasty XP, can't blame him.
And when they only gaze to start, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Another 6k XP, 41 and 28 for Danny and Dang, respectively.
Chanigan into the fire floor.
Getting through it on that hero run, it seems like.
That bodes poorly for the sea floor.
Uh-huh. Alright, Ruse, Invis 2. Yep, let's get some protection out. And that's why you get the protection out. Carry smacked, actually hit for 101 damage. Could have been better, it could have been worse. Ooh, that's a good hot nuke. 374. A couple hits for 200 and then 178. I expect better out of you, Toot.
Not better, but definitely enough.
Yep. Alright, seafloor, let's see it. Ba-dunch. Oh, Lich had nuke too.
Well, Spellzapp definitely glad to have picked up those supplementary levels, we shall say.
Yeah, he's even actually got some Cure 4 charges that he is absolutely not using right now. Alright, here is Kraken 2. We've got Invis 2, we've got Ruse. Trying to prevent the inevitable doom that comes at Kraken's squiddly noodles.
We just take a moment to appreciate how that Quad X was potentially more effective this seed than most seeds where you would see it come out in the Fiendry fights.
I had not thought about that until you mentioned it, and oh, that's beautiful. Alright, we got one hit for 25 damage. This Kraken is dodgy.
Yeah,
And-
we nuking now. And
Yep.
Kraken Fire 3's back. Meanwhile, Spellzapp, already up to carry 2, gets swirled by her. Like, Spellzapp seems to be getting a little bit of the worse end of the scripts here.
Oh, hi, Nuclear.
Hmm.
Yeah, stop. Whatever. Oh, down goes Kraken 2. And of course, the Black Mage didn't survive because, honestly, it would have been a Christmas miracle if that Black Mage survived Kraken 2. I'm honestly surprised it survived Lich 2. Oh. Well, at least Spellzapp got a run from that group. Alright, and here we go. We've got Ruse, we've got Ruse, and we've got more Invis 2 coming out, just doing the standard preventative stuff, it seems.
2 hits for 170 out of Tia is a little concerning. So
especially after 3 evade stacks. Yeah, Lightning 2's better to see. 3 hits, 3 damage. You're going to need a lot more temper if you want that to work.
Yeah,
Or you just start throwing microwaves at the Dragon Queen.
that makes sense to me.
Oh, well, Dane got bodied. And Spellzapp's on drink strats. Well, down goes Cece.
Oh, this is a little tense all of a sudden.
Yeah.
We are, I think, fully rused on Danny, so, I mean, that's
Alright.
helpful.
8 hits, 288. Going for the Cure 4 on himself.
Respectable. Chanigan has nuked down Tia, which means we're really low on nukes all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's fine. You're coming up on Chaos. Yeah, nuke is a nice to have. I mean, honestly, that's if you can nuke down Chaos, something has rolled horribly wrong.
Hello, sorcerers.
Why
Please
the devil?
let me leave.
Why the devil are there just sorcerers here? I mean, oh yeah, in the vanilla game, Death Touch, but you know. All right. We got
we're
fast
seeing
and
fast and temper. That could make a difference if Chanigan has a slower-ish chaos fight.
Yep. All right, moving that Invis 2 shirt over to one red mage, and the Cure 2 helm over to the other. Gonna be putting that. Trying to determine which one's gonna be better for it. Giving the Ruse stick to Whoop. You two, go be meat shields. Alright, Viz and Temper and Ruse. Yep.
That was a lot of menu time. As
Tornado. Ooh, boy. Alright, well, got at least one Temper cast off. Alright, this is going to bring Whoop up to full evade stacks. Night
Farewell, Toot.
Yeah, Tempers and Tempers. Oh, Cure 3, okay. Lightning 2 from Chaos, because Chaos wants to tickle you. Let me see, we've seen a nuke on Lich, we've seen a nuclear on Kraken. Alright, 3 hits, 424 already. Oh, Chanigan. That was either a miss menu or... Nope, that is a cheeky Bane attempt. 4 hits, 443. Ice 2 doing negligible damage.
Spellzapp just hit for over 1,000 last round and 700 this round.
Yeah, Spellzapp might clutch this one out.
That's a GG for Spellzapp.
Alright,
Oh, baby.
GG's out in chat for Spellzapp, coming in with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 30 seconds. GG's.
Thunder coming out on Chanigan's side. 4 hits, 371 for a terminated at 121.47 according to racetime.gg. Woo! Ooh.
Wow.
GG to our runners. Wow.
Yeah, that was a real close one. All right,
We got a Chanigan in the booth here. GG Chanigan. I mean, rip that menu time, right?
Yeah, oh man. That menu cost me the game, like 100%.
Yep, it happens.
Oh yeah.
You know, rando gonna rando.
Yeah, I really wanted to be safe. But yeah.
Yep. And we are also joined in the booth by Spellzapp. I can English, I swear. Hey, GG Zap.
Thank you,
Spellzapp.
GG
Man.
Chanigan.
That was
what a race.
that really was a great race. Like, Spellzapp entered tow for about 30 seconds behind you, Chanigan, and got to Chaos about 10, 15 seconds behind you, but managed to make up that time just barely. It was a nice one.
Spell.
Yeah.
Question, did you guys find fast?
Level
Yeah,
8 Gaia.
Oh, God, of course. And, okay, I forgot to buy temper on my red mages. So,
Oops.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm looking for a temper. I'm like, I don't have temper on my red mages. Uh-oh, this is bad. But, yeah. Also, that death on Kraken one, that one cost me a lot.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that you just went for the nuke, or went for the nuke strats initially instead of going for some evade first.
Yeah, I regretted it instantly.
Yeah, and by the time you've lost one character to the nuke or to a melee like that, like you don't have the time to ruse up at that point.
Yeah.
Especially since I think Kraken got turn order every round. We're pretty close too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kraken went, oh, look, mages. I'm going to have mage strips tonight. And just tore you apart.
Yeah. That was unfortunate, but what can I do, eh?
Yep. No, this was a really good race between the two of you, though.
So, one thing that I thought was very funny, Chanigan, you skipped out on the Saber Bonk when you got nuked by the Wraiths. Spellzapp did not quite have that bad luck, and instead went to go find the eye tile again and stepped on the other, tile 1 of Volcano, which had Wraiths in it, and it was as he was getting ready to grind. So you both found the nuke, but I think you got a little bit of the worse end of it there, Chanigan.
Yeah, I almost thought grinding on the eye, but I'm like, nah. With
Well,
level 1 nuke, and I add the defense sword, which was pretty decent, and I don't think I had Massa yet. So I'm like, yeah, I think I can melee Chaos if anything goes wrong. I have a bunch of healing items, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to grind right now.
Yeah, well, one thing about that eye that you did not see, Chanigan, it's toxic.
Yep, I saw it.
Oh, you did?
I saw it in Sky. Yeah.
Okay.
It got my my black mage once.
Okay, well, I guess I missed that part then.
I was a little concerned about a 3-2 Vigi6, but I was like, I kind of need the levels. I felt like I played very thorough, and just because I know that Red Mage is so bad as a carry, so like you just need the preparation.
Yeah, at least they had the 50% hit, 15 hit percent.
That was huge.
So there was that.
It was 8 levels basically.
Yeah, Spellzapp,
pretty much the thing that actually. Go ahead.
Your preparation, Spellzapp, was a really big factor, I think. You had more levels across the board, but just having the spike in levels as you finished Volcano and decided to take that eye for a little bit really, I think, helped with the damage when you got to Chaos, and just that little bit of extra survivability when... Was it Lich that nuked? Carry?
Yeah, Lich nuked. I think Carry swirled. It was
Kraken nucleared.
I was really happy to see that I had all the lives and cures and whatnot, so that was good at least.
Yeah. Oh, close one. Can't wait for match 2.
Yeah, let's see what the randomizer gives us.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of match 2, that is going to be Saturday, it looks like, yeah?
3
Saturday
p.m.
at 3.
Eastern Day.
Excellent. Yeah, in addendum, just because I've got the schedule open and I'm thinking about this right now, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Game 3 of Fry Teeth versus Wildham, and at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Crab Cakes versus Ganon's Gone Wild. So we still have more matches coming up, and it's getting down to the wire, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great matches left in the round of 8 here as Crab Cakes versus Ganon's Gone Wild. You know, all 3 games are scheduled, but game 1 is tomorrow night. And, you know, Fry Teeth versus Wildham has been a great series so far. It is game 3 for that one. That's going to be big. Saturday, we have 2 matches scheduled. Spellzapp versus Chanigan, 3 p.m. Eastern, and then 9 p.m. Eastern for Crab Cakes versus Ganon's Gone Wild, game 2. So
And,
I think we've basically run through our typical questions here. So should we go to final thoughts?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean it's only game 1. I mean that's crazy that it was so close. So, you know, I gotta lock it down a little bit. I bet too hard on Volcano and barely didn't pay for it. So we'll see what game 2 brings.
Yeah.
Right, Chanigan.
Yeah, I think I relied too much on Nuke. And yeah, like I said, dying to Kraken 1 really cost me a lot. Cost me a few minutes. But that was fun. I'll get him there next game.
I hope so, because I really want to see this series go to Game 3.
Oh, me too.
I hate what you got for us.
Thanks to the runners for putting on such a great show for us. If you like what you saw, go give them a follow. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Bachman updated, but that was a mistake. But, you know, the names are on the screen, so go toss them a follow, because I think they deserve it after this amazing show. Saracen, I'm going to leave the rest of it up to you.
All right. Well, also, if you like what you saw, you should come hang out with us. You can head over to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Bottom of the page, there is a join the Discord link. You can come hang out with us crazy people. We have right now going on presently the Duckling Boot Camp, which is our new player orientation program. We have Sunday night reveal streams for the main line, if you will, with extra credits on Wednesday nights. And so we have gone into week 2 of the boot camp. It is a 6-week boot camp where we, again, have one different flag set in each of the basic line and the extra credit line each week. Following that, we have the Duckling Derby. So if you are interested in trying out the randomizer, learning what it's all about, learning how to race it even, come check us out. We have dedicated channels for that, and we also have our new player Duck Pond, where we have lots of information available, as well as a very friendly community who's going to talk you through all of the nuances, answer any questions you have. We also have our brand new wiki.finalfantasyrandomizer.com. We're a little work in progress on that, but it is going up quick to get all of the information centralized there. Coming up in June on the 17th, 18th, and 19th, Final Fantasy Randomizer's Twitch channel will be having the first marathon. So we are still accepting submissions for that. It is going to be 3 days, and that is benefiting the Liam Foundation. So we will be donating all proceeds from the event to the Liam Foundation. Go check that out in the Discord as well. The marathon section is near the top of the Discord channel list. With that, I want to say thank you to Spellzapp and Chanigan for putting on a fantastic race 1 in this round of 8 match. Looking forward to races 2 and possibly 3. We'll see where that happens. I want to say thank you to my co-com Hate the 13th and our tracker JLo7, who did a fabulous job behind the scenes keeping us honest. And with that, I want to say good evening to all you fabulous people. Have a great night.